Now let's take a look at performance versus Energy Star PAR lamps. PAR 26 watts is about 380 to 420 lumens. The Energy Star qualified 350 to 345, and it's a watt higher, so the efficacy is obviously lower. PAR 30s, we're looking at about 750 versus about 550. Again, 1 watt lower as well. And on the PAR 38, Energy Star at about 850 versus about 830 with 4 watts difference. So significantly higher, again, significantly higher efficacy. Now, in the very near future, what we are calling the Performance Series today will become the Energy Star qualified models. They are in testing now. Those Energy Star qualified models will likely drop from the line that we have today, and we will have a new Performance Series that will be using the latest LED technology at that time. So do keep in mind that although Energy Star means a lot, it means that it has been third-party verified. It means that the manufacturer has taken the time to submit the product, to pay, to have the Energy Star logo, the proper packaging, and so on. It doesn't mean nothing. It means something, but it does not mean anymore the highest efficacy, latest technology. Now, we mentioned earlier that we can retrofit products or we can replace new fixtures depending on the return on investment scenario, the utility dollars that may or may not be available, so on and so forth. Let's take a quick review of the fixtures and then we will get into the retrofit products. Again, utilizing slides from university.maxlite.com. Now, all of these products are in 5000K. This is not a coincidence. This is all to support the pupil or scotopic lumens. This is all to increase what they call the SP ratio, the scotopic photopic ratio. Our wall packs come in two distinct types. One is the full cutoff. One is what we call the direct or traditional style. The wattages, the light engines are identical. A 50-watt cutoff is the same light engine, same chips, same driver as the traditional style, but you get very different light patterns, obviously. A rough example, say the 50-watt full cutoff type mounted on a 15-foot high off the ground on the wall. In the dead of evening, that full cutoff will put a pattern out about 18 to 20 feet, and on the very edge of that light pattern where it goes from light to dark, you will have about 1.5 foot candles. Now put that traditional fixture in the same application, same height, same scenario, and you're going to go out 25, 28 feet and have maybe a half a foot candle. So the total volume of light is the same, but how the photometrics are clearly different. And we have wattages available from 30 up to 70 watts. The main benefits of these products are that they are universal voltage. MaxLite does have all the LM80 data on the chips and the LM79 data on the fixtures themselves. These fixtures are compatible with controls such as occupancy or photo controls for faster ROIs, and they all have a 5-year warranty. Specifications on the products, I won't burden you with line-by-line detail, but you can see that we're running from about 1600 lumens to about 4400 lumens. These are delivered lumens. These are lumens that actually light up the subject, not just total lumens of the collective light bulbs. And a quick chart for you below showing the recommended HID equivalents. 20 watt equal to about 100 watts of metal halide, and as little as 60 watts equal to 250 watt metal halide. And I can tell you that there are a good number of jobs where they replaced 400 watt metal halide with 60 watts and were very satisfied. Some of the options available for these wall packs: we have a standard wire guard that is only for the traditional style fixture that you see there in the corner. We also have the option to mount for you the photo control, so it's integral to the fixture before it leaves the warehouse. Know your voltage. 120 volt is different photo control than a 277. We also have emergency backup units that can be mounted into the fixture, that can be exterior to the fixture. We have cold weather starting. For more information, when you go to university.maxlite.com and select the wall pack, you'll come to this slide, slide 4, and you can see here there is a link for more details. That will open up another whole module just for the battery backup units. So please do visit this module at university.maxlite.com if you have more interest in the battery backup options. Let's jump over to the CANOPY type fixture, also known as parking garage. And FYI, MaxLite and others are using this traditional fixture shape style for fuel stations going forward. So a quick synopsis of the product is we go from 20 to 70 watts on this product. The 20 watter is a 9-inch square footprint, where all the others are a 12.5 by 12.5 inch footprint. These products come in both white and the standard bronze color. The Kelvin temperature of the light itself is 5,000 K across the board. These are all 50,000 L7D products. Like the wall pack, these are compatible with controls such as photo controls and motion sensors. Battery backup option is available here as well. Also know that all of MaxLite LED products are high power factor. That is good news for your utility company. And these products carry a high CRI, again, to contribute towards the scotopic lighting. And another quick example of what you get from university.maxlite.com. If one is going through a module and they wanted more information on CRI, and CRI is one of those things that's very hard to verbally describe. It's kind of like trying to tell someone what pizza tastes like. You know what it tastes like, but to verbally express it is a little difficult. So in those cases, we'll not only have the written definition, but a visual to aid in your understanding. Here's some specifications, some details about the MaxLite surface mount type fixtures, including parking and gas station. Note that they are all high power factor. They are all 50,000 L70 hours. They are all universal voltage, 120 through 277, and we do have all of the LM80 and LM79 data to support our claims. Some additional wattages, shapes and sizes. I find it to be an absolute cure for insomnia when I join a webinar and someone reads to me word for word specifications on a screen. It's not something that I could ever memorize based on having it read to me over the internet. So I just urge you to hold on to the information. It's available when you need it, or go to maxlite.com and drill down to the specifications as you need it. You will find that MaxLite can hold its own spec for spec, dollar for dollar across the board. I guess a synopsis of the surface mount fixtures: there are different optics for different types. Fuel is different than parking. In the case of MaxLite, parking is different than CANOPY. For those details, you can go to university.maxlite.com as well. We're closing in on 30 minutes, so I will quickly go through the retrofit option for the applications that we discussed earlier, including retrofitting recessed cans, wall packs, CANOPY fixtures, high bay fixtures, and so on. We do have an array of high power CFLs. These are not your typical CFLs that you would put in a table lamp by any means. 40 through 200 watts. The 40 watt product once was compared to a competitor's 42 watt spiral designed for table lamps in hotels, and they boasted that the price they can get it for less than $3. I will tell you that I have a heatsink in this product that costs close to $3. They are completely two different animals. One designed for base down table lamp applications, one designed for base up totally enclosed applications. So not to be confused with the typical CFL. Our sales here, by the way, are overwhelmingly 5,000 Kelvin, about 18 to 1, 5,000 Kelvin over 2700K. The 2700K, to the best of my knowledge, is almost exclusively sold to houses of worship, churches, synagogues, and the like, where the budgets are very tight, the labor is usually voluntary, and long life energy efficient bulbs are a big solution to several problems that they have in, I don't want to call it an industry, so let's just say in those types of facilities. A little bit about the features and benefits of the bulb. They are striving to get shorter every year so that they fit in more and more applications. The thermal label is one of the main points that sets us apart from others. If you have an application such as a greenhouse in the desert where you need lights on and it may be a high ambient temperature environment, greenhouse in the desert was probably a poor example. A better one is a manufacturing facility in the Carolinas where maybe there is no air conditioning in the summertime. Can be very hot. I've measured temperatures 110, 120 Fahrenheit at the ceiling where the fixtures are in environments such as manufacturing facilities in the southeast and in the west, and even up here in the summertime in the northeast. So what we do in these iffy applications where the temperature may cause a problem to premature life on these products is we give you a free sample. You install the bulb properly in the fixture by bypassing the ballast, screwing in the bulb, and we wait about 100 hours. 100 hours, about 2 weeks of typical use, and unscrew the light bulb. If the label indicates that it is safe thermally by having a white square, it's a good application. Go forward with your retrofit. If that square in the center has darkened to a black or a charcoal type color, it tells us that some of the main electronic components inside the ballast housing will be overheated and the life of the bulb will be shortened. Therefore, no warranty. So it's a great product for commercial industrial retrofits across the board, indoor and outdoor. But whenever we have an iffy application, we have a way to know in advance if we're going to have a problem. The thermal combating techniques that MaxLite uses to make these bulbs work in these high heat applications has been patented. The United States Patent Office has issued a number in the very recent past, I think in the last 60 or 90 days or so we're very proud of that. Know for your HighMax that we need to know the voltage. We have separate units for 120 and 277 volt, and by the way, we do have 347 volt for our neighbors to the north. And know that for the 40 through the 80 watt, it has an E26 regular everyday medium base. And from the 100 watt and above, we have a mogul E39 base. We also have a converter that converts a base from E26 to E39. So you could theoretically put an 80 watt bulb into a mogul based fixture once you bypass the ballast. This slide here is more or less a recap of which wattage for which application. 40 watt taking out 100 watt metal halides in recessed cans, all the way through 150 and 200 watt taking out 400 watt metal halides in 18-foot or so ceiling applications. All of you will receive a copy of this presentation today, as well as links to university.maxlite.com. We hope that this presentation was helpful to you immediately, and we hope that it brings more help and understanding of our market to you in the future by our introduction to university.maxlite.com. Thank you all so much for attending today. We will leave the presentation open for a few minutes for you to get your questions in. I see Kevin Sandler from Edison. He's asking about the multi-volt on the high-power CFLs. Kevin, you've let the cat out of the bag, but I guess I should tell everyone then that we are beta testing universal voltage HighMax products, high-power CFL products. We have in the marketplace today 40, 60, 100, and 150 watt prototypes spread all around the country in different applications at different voltages. I will also say to you all and Kevin that it will be another half a year at least before we would make these products available in the marketplace. The HighMax product has been a great success for MaxLite, and we will not change it just willy-nilly, but we are going to make sure that we have both a belt and suspenders to keep them running before we let them be available to the public. So thank you all again for attending. We do value your time, and we appreciate you spending some of it with us today.